Alright everybody, it's Eric here. So I just did a range day with this bad boy. You'll probably see it in one of the shorts I just did. Did a bunch of function tests. No, I didn't sight it in because I'm only using this simple setup with the Hydra and a Fox Army. But the Fox Army broke during my shooting, so out the window that goes. So yeah. I got another one coming in. It's not going to be a Fox Army. I'm ordered a Holosun to slap onto that bad boy, and I'm replacing my PEC 15 because I've had that since I was in the Army, so I'm not using that bad boy anymore. Don't want to, since I won't be utilizing it for that particular, for my particular usage for this gun. Most likely going to be running comps with it, or competition. Excuse me. But yeah, so here's how I'm going to do this. When I was running this, I had no malfunctions at all. Even just running it with this crappy CCI ammunition that I'm currently running. Let me grab the box. Alright, I was running the CCI Blazer Brass 115 grain FMJ on this bad boy. And about 500 rounds I have, so I'm not done with it yet. I got way more ammo to go. I got another box coming because I'm going to try to do a 1,000-round review at the end to see with the wear and tear on the bolt and the receiver. Not the receiver, but your, man, my brain is just having a hard time today. It's late. I'm not feeling good. And it's been cold outside. But my feed ramp. So it's weird. So the feed ramp's like a circle. It's like a weird butthole, and I'm probably gonna end up polishing that out so it's smoother and it doesn't eat too bad when it runs through. I don't know if it's like causing something going on, but I've been seeing like bits of brass floating around in here, so I'm assuming it's like hitting it in a weird way and shining off. But other than that, I've had no failures while running this, and I'm running this hard. Like, it was when I ran it, you can go back and check the short that I made. I was running it in temperatures of 12 degrees and hard. I mean hard. I was running it really fucking hard. So hard that this whole thing, I couldn't touch this at all. I had to set it down for a couple minutes. Like, it was hot. So I ended up putting the foregrip on there. Angled, by the way, ATF. Don't be mad. And, yeah, no, it ran awesome. I was surprised. I thought it was going to jam up on me at all, especially with the ammunition I was using. I mean, the ammunition I was using dirtied the shit out of this gun. Like, this shit was caked all through. When I cleaned it, it was fucking nasty. Like, this is just like your normal swab, right? Like, the ones I had, I probably should have kept them for like a show off, but they were black, dirty, and like thick soot. But, I cleaned her up. It's all good now, but just run more high-quality ammunition to this thing, you'd probably be fine. But even with the dirty stuff, it was just clean. No recoil either, especially with this hate brake on here, sending all the concussion forward. I don't know how to explain, man. It's just an awesome little setup. I mean, if people want to run this particular gun, which I don't see anything on the MD9, especially the 9mm. I see 300 Blackout, 7.62, honestly. What do you do? What are you gonna be, an operator? You gonna go fucking run through people's houses and do all that fun shit? Like, I don't see that ever happening, ever. So the guys that complain, oh, 9mm just can't do it, boom 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 boom. Honestly, 9mm in 4.5 isn't bad. I was getting shots at 100 yards, and I was hitting my target at like maybe 4.5 MOA when I was running, and I went out and even fucking measured it. I'll have to show the videos of that. But this thing can reach out and touch if you take your time instead of just speed shooting. Like, if you're just taking the taps out there and you're running it, especially when it's cold outside. I didn't have any expansion on my barrel either, so that was nice. But when I started doing the function test on it, it was getting hot. Yeah, expansion for sure. But I digress. Back to what I was saying. 9mm, especially depending on what rounds you're using, if you're going to use self-defense rounds, I recommend civil defense. Those things are running at you hard. They're super light, plus P. And they hit hard, so I don't care what anybody says when they're like, "Oh, you can't run anything out of a 4.5 inch barrel. No, it needs to be 6. That's where your positive comes in." Me. No, dude, you can go sit on one and piss up a rope. This is fine, especially for like your backpack gun, and you're gonna utilize it within like 25 to 100 yards. This will be fine. Like, you might have a little drop off at 100 yards, but I'll tell you right now, you clap somebody with this with plus P rounds in here. Your plus P hollows with civil defense, I don't give a shit. Your dude's going down. Like, it's hurting. That individual is not getting up. Especially if you know exactly where your vitals are. That dude's done. Yeah, 7.62 is great. 300 blackout's great, but they're clunky, heavy, and obnoxious, and the ammo's expensive. I know because I have an AK-47. Let me grab that guy. I got one of those too. Got one of these old boys too. And yes, ammo's expensive, but why would I need a 7.62 in this small of a platform, you know, with a 8-inch barrel or 9-inch barrel, whatever they're running the particular Maxims at. I think it's like an 8-inch barrel, maybe 6.5. Man, I just keep yapping on, don't I? But anyway, 9mm is perfect. I'll tell you right now, especially in this platform with the delayed roller system in it. It is awesome. Like, no recoil for fuck all. Like, when it's going, you feel it. The first shot, you can feel nothing. And it kicks back in. So it's like got this weird piston system. So it clicks down first as the recoil happens, and then it goes. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's awesome. Like, I'm pretty sure you can go on their website. They have like little display videos at maximdefense.com for their delayed roller systems, but they're awesome, man. That's what I got running in this guy, and I can't complain. But like I said, 9mm is awesome, especially if you're going to utilize it for like a backpack gun. You're going to do CQB with it for, like, let's say your law enforcement and your department issues certain 9mm and they approve it, and you're able to get it through with your arms guy within your department, which I personally don't ever have to do. I just bring my own shit. Like, we work, you know, in a different environment, but you can do whatever you want, honestly. Like, I probably shouldn't be telling people, no, you shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that. I'm not gonna be that fucking guy on the internet, but I hate people that sit here and say this isn't gonna work because of the size of the barrel. Like, oh, velocity, it's gone out the window because it's short. Suck my ass, dude. This is awesome, especially if you're using the right ammunitions. It is all about the ammunition on a lot of these. And yes, you probably could go with the 5.8 or 5.6 inch barrel on here, but I prefer the 4. It works for me. Probably won't work for you. Your call. You can do whatever you want. I personally love this. This is awesome. I can carry it anywhere I want. I can conceal it, especially if during the winter and I'm running one of my long coats and I'm in my suit and we're going to be doing a detail. This is awesome. I love it. It also works with my Glock mags, and I can run everything I need off of my main system. So if I don't want to carry the AK, I run this bad boy, especially on like your urban details, and you're just doing your gray man shit, and you want this in a backpack or something, and you don't want nobody knowing you got it. And you got your pistol on you, so you can run your Glock mags for both. So I think this will take your 19s all the way up for your larger Glock magazines. Won't do the 43s or the 40, or just won't do the 43s. I think it's because they're mad short and they won't fit in your mag well at all. They'll like stop here or wherever, and they won't catch your mag hold. They'll just bing, and then you're fucked. But your 17s and your full sizes will be just fine. You can do the mag pull mags. I recommend them. They're awesome. They're cheap, and you can modify them all day. I plan on modifying my mag pull mags. I'm gonna add. So people are saying, "Oh, you can't do that." So I'm gonna have the Chris Vector extensions come in, and I'm gonna add them to this. The only thing I have to do is I'm gonna be filing down the sides here to match the factory Glock mag, just on the edges, just the slight edge, and it'll fit just fine. I was looking at the specs, and then I can attach that to this, so that way I don't have to pay the Glock price for my mags. I can just keep doing my P mags, which honestly run really awesome. And I was abusing the shit out of these when I was doing the torture test, and I was just functioning the hell out, or just doing the function test on this bad boy, just running it hard and mean, just not giving a shit. I was even throwing these mags around like in the snow, and they were getting clogged up. Like, I still had shit all inside these mags, and it was doing just fine. Like, you can't complain about that, you know. But I'm probably gonna stop yapping. It's about the 10-minute mark for me. There's really not much more I can say about it. I mean, it runs great. It's good for what it is. It fits that niche for your CQB, your home defense. Yes, you could probably use it in a more urban environment, and it can be used. I'm be real with you. It definitely can be used in a fighting scenario. Like if you're going up against somebody and you got this, like this is definitely gonna give you the upper advantage because let's say they got a pistol. This is gonna give you the advantage because of the platform it's in. This platform right here alone, you're just gonna be able to put more rounds down range and more accurate. Like especially with the delayed roller system in it, you're gonna just tear somebody up. Like I'll be real with you, and I would prefer this. I would probably pull this out before I pull out my sidearm, especially if I had the opportunity and I was able to grab this guy over my pistol, especially because my pistol is probably gonna be concealed as well. This guy's probably gonna be hanging underneath my side, under my jacket while we're moving, and no one's gonna see it because it's gonna be on a high end. And then my pistol's probably gonna be concealed as an appendix straight forward, but it's gonna be deep in there, so I don't know if I'll be able to grab this or swing this guy around from my left to the front, and which should probably be easier because then I'm just ready to go. And then my pistol, I still got to pull up and pull out, and then bang, ready to go. But this guy's going to be what I will be using that for. This is my niche for that. You can get the 300 blackout, you can get the 7.62 by 39, you can get 5.56. People are going to yell at you if you get 5.56. They're going to say you're stupid because of the barrel length, blah blah blah. Look, dude, it's a bullet. It's coming out of this thing when they chronographed it at what, 2,100 feet per second still with a M855 or whatever it was. It's the green tips. And they were still coming out of here hot. Coming out of this hot. And that was out of a 8-inch barrel. Maybe lower than that. I think it was like maybe the 7. But they were coming out hot. And they were tearing up the fucking gel. Like they were hitting and tumbling hard. Which is what they're supposed to do. Then, you know what I mean? That's what the round was designed for. Anyway, yeah, I'm yapping again. Like I said, your call, your choice. Get out there, shoot, train. If you don't train, you know, you're not going to be proficient in any gun you use. Especially when you got those guys out there saying, no, it's all about the caliber and the length of your barrel. Fuck those guys. Don't listen to them. Train. If you can train on something and get really good on it, and you go against somebody who's got like, oh, I don't know, an AK, and you're trained on this really well, and he doesn't train on this at all, homeboy's gone. Homeboy's sleeping. He's taking the room temperature challenge, and you can go pick up his gun. It's over. He's done. Especially if you train. Remember that. Grant Thumb always said, get fit or die, train. And he'll even tell you this too. If a guy trains with a 22 and he's really fucking good and he knows where to shoot you, you're done. You could be having the AK-47. And if he can get those shots on you, you're fucked. You know what I mean? Because most of the time you're engaging with people who don't have armor on in an urban setting. Like, no one's running armor. So don't even worry about, you know, your velocity, all that nonsense. Like, I think the only time you go against armor is if you're going against, like, militants, rebels, and you're overseas, you're going to run into a lot of body armor. But in your urban setting here in the States, you're not likely to run into any armor at all. And if you do run into armor, it's going to be your soft Kevlar. Some guys don't even know what fucking armor to use. Like home invaders are probably going to run like your stab vest thinking, oh, it'll stop 9mm. No, it won't. It'll eat 9mm. Like 9mm will eat the shit out of your stab vest. And I'll do a video on it because I have some stab vests. And I'll put some videos out on that, on what plus P civil defense rounds will do to that. I'll even go get some gold spear dot because everybody loves that caliber, law enforcement especially. I used to run it, and then I got tired of carrying that weight around, so I got civil defense. But like I said, not a lot of dudes are gonna be running armor. So that velocity shit they're talking about, oh, you need that knockdown power. No, if you got the right ammunition and you're in an urban setting like here in the US, you're really not gonna run into a lot of dudes that have armor. And if you do, you probably fucked up and it's the ATF or law enforcement, and you played with the wrong, you played a stupid game and won a stupid prize. And I don't know what to tell you. Or you walked into the wrong house and dude was just ready for you, and it just was a bad day. Me, personally, I run Kevlar. I keep it near my bed. I'm running a fucking 3 helmet, and I'm running 4 plates. You ain't stopping me, so, you know, you're going to get fucked. But that's just me. That's not going to be everybody you run into. Most people are uneducated and dumb. Run what you run. Train with what you have. Don't worry about what the dickheads on the internet say, especially on Reddit. Those guys suck. Do what you want to do. Train with what you are comfortable training with and what you can afford. Don't be that guy talking about velocity and how long your barrel needs to be and the caliber. that person doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're just yapping and trying to sound cool for everybody else. So that's my 10 cents on it. Thanks for watching the video. If you like what you saw and you like what you hear, leave a like, subscribe, hopefully. And if you didn't, don't leave a comment telling me how bad you dislike my video, which would be nice, because then we can talk about it and I can get critiques from it. Thank you guys, and we can talk more about it later. And I'll see you in the next one. Later.